Ephesians 3:17-20 to me is one of the most powerful scriptures in the entire Bible. It starts off by telling us that Christ dwelling in our hearts is strictly by faith. So I do not feel that God is with me. I know that He's with me. And that faith is not based off of emotion, of what is visible or happenings around me, but it is rooted in love. Being rooted means that it draws its nutrients, its survival, and its strength, its firmness from the knowledge of the love of God. That even if the expectation of what I hope for is cut short, as long as my faith is still rooted in the knowledge of the love of God, it will sprout again. And that you may know this love, the love of God that surpasses all knowledge. If it surpasses all knowledge, it means that it defiles all doctrine and it defiles all laws. So whatever you may think that you must do to earn His love is not very accurate. Amplified says that knowing this love goes beyond mere knowledge to a personal experience. Just like in this case of the story of the prodigal son. You see, his brother could not understand the love of his father for one that had squandered his entire inheritance on harlot. Because based on his own personal experience, he would have expected his father's love to be predicated on servitude and conformity. So quantifying or defining the love of God based on another's experience or revelation is not very accurate. Continuing with the Amplified version, it says that this personal experiential knowledge is a prerequisite to being filled with the entirety, with all the fullness of God, so that you may have the richest experience of God's presence in your life, completely filled and flooded with God Himself. Did you get that? That knowing the love of God gives you the richest experience of God's presence and transforms you into a vessel that is not only completely filled, but also flooded with God Himself. This to me is the most powerful thing in the entire Bible. That is a possibility to have the richest experience of God that knows no impossibilities. To be completely and entirely filled with the fullness of a God who can accomplish far beyond all I can ask or imagine, far beyond my wildest dream. That you can be so entwined that when you speak, creation itself that is a product of His voice cannot tell if those words were yours or was His. You see, Jesus walked in this realm, and that's what gave Him the audacity to say, if you have seen me, you have seen the Father. You see, people can misrepresent me, people can misquote me, but if my wife comes out and speaks on my behalf, it is believed to be my position on that matter because there's authority in love. Your dominion is not based on 7 steps to success. Your dominion is based on your identity, coming to the knowledge of who your Father is, and that all things was created for you as an inheritance. But please note that whereas it takes adoption and knowledge to come into sonship, the love of the Father, it takes obedience, wisdom, and maturity to wield it. Galatians 4:1 and 2. God bless you.